Tonight at 11, a bunch of doctors get together and decide what the next big epidemic is going to be. I've lost a ton of money betting on this, but I know this is going to be lupus's year. I can just feel it. But first, this.
Good evening, everyone. As you know, my name is Barbara Jackson. My partner does not exist, which explains why they're not here. Here are tonight's stories. It was a very tragic Wednesday afternoon at precisely 1:31 p.m. here at the College of New Jersey. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm talking about meal equivalency. Every day from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., the college gives students $7 to get lunch at any establishment other than the main dining hall on campus. You heard correctly. On a day where most students do not have classes, the highlight of any Wednesday would be acquiring meal equivalency and maybe attending a club that they signed up for as a freshman whose weekly emails guilt-trip them relentlessly. But this highlight was cruelly taken away from one TCNJ student when they woke up too late to get a virtually free lunch under $7. At this time, we go to Barbara Jackson, news reporter extraordinaire, for the story. Thanks, Barbara. I'm out here in front of the Student Center where meal equivalency is often required. I'm out here with Bobby Kowalski, and can you tell me a little bit more about what happened this afternoon?
Well, it's Wednesday, so I decided I would sleep in. And boy, did I sleep in. I woke up at 1:15, Barbara.
And what did you do within those 15 minutes left of meal equivalency?
Well, it's Wednesday. And what's Wednesday without meal equiv? You have to get a good quiv in the morning to really set the tone for the day. And so after 2 minutes of contemplation, I decided I'm going to go for it.
But did you make it, Bobby?
I ran from my dorm with my pajamas and unbrushed teeth.
I can smell the suspense.
And as I was getting to the stud, I tripped on what I can only describe as air. And I was down for the count. And by the time I worked up my ability to walk in and hobbled over to the stud and got myself some chicken strips, I heard the lady at the register say the words that no man wants to hear.
And what were those words, Bobby?
She said points.
Wow. Well, you heard it here. Bobby, it is my hope that you may one day recover the points lost in that transaction. And may you one day also find a toothbrush to brush your teeth. Barbara? Thanks, Barbara. I just want to say that Bobby's story is not unique. Missing meal equivalency is a real epidemic here at the College of New Jersey. An epidemic that just won't go away anytime soon. For just $7 a day, you can help a student who missed meal equivalency not have to spend their points ever again. And with that, I, Barbara Jackson, have no more stories at this time. Thanks for tuning in to BJ News, and thank you, LTV, for being the only station to take me into your arms. Good night.
Children sitting in class on the first day, struggling to find an interesting fact about themselves. Their grades and self-esteem both suffer due to the teacher preferring more interesting students to them. Who are these poor souls, one may ask? Boring children. Hi, I'm former Disney Channel star Liam Magna Ross, known by the public as LMR. I'm here to talk about a very important issue today called Boring Child Syndrome, or BCS, and how to stop it. Every day, at least 10 children around the world struggle with finding a fun fact to share about themselves. Can't find one because perhaps they weren't born with any physical abnormalities or lived life to the extreme. They're judged by peers and teachers for the rest of the year and therefore suffer in school. The Foundation for Mundane Children, the FMC, is raising money to give kids an exciting story they deserve. We have raised about $36.15 exactly at this point and need your help more than ever. It is a proven fact that educators treat their dull and boring students differently. than the interesting ones. Here's a simple equation to show what is happening in their heads. Teachers say innovation, and they want you to think. But the world and the classroom is this big box that you can't get into because they're so boring. Business is what they teach you, but it doesn't go in the box. You can't understand. All they're thinking about is pie and what they've eaten and what is left. It's all part of the big pie. Here's the one success story that has come from FMC's generous donations. Linda here was just another average kid that had nothing interesting to tell people because all she did was read all day. Why don't you tell us about what happened to you, Linda?
Well, the organization was only able to raise $12, but that was enough to bring me to Cuckoo Legit Mountains in Alaska. While I was running away from lava, I broke my ankle, and I also received second-degree burns on my back. And actually, when I came back, my teachers secretly didn't hate me anymore, and actually, they actually seemed to feel bad for me.
Children like Linda here need your help. To donate, call 1-800-666-5454 or visit us online at, in all caps, boringchildren.net in lower caps. Please, they need your help. It isn't always easy to break the ice in class. Won't you be the hammer?
So guys, guess where I just was?
Becky, where were you?
I had the most incredible date with this guy named Chaz. He's so muscular and buff and tall and tan, and he's got arm muscles that last for days. Or wait, was that his leg muscles? His body is just like a week's worth of muscles with a face on top. And did I mention his name has 2 Z's? He's literally perfection.
OMG, Becky, where did you guys go?
Well, first we sat in the parking lot of a diner and it was down the road, and
Wait, why?
oh, well, Chaz enjoys smelling his food from afar, and he told me the smell and taste are linked, and we really only have 4.5 senses. It's so much cheaper to smell food from the parking lot. He's so smart with his money, and he also has huge muscles.
Wait, where did you even meet Chaz? And please tell me he wasn't another one of those random hitchhikers. I figured after you got mugged the last 3 times, you would have learned your lesson.
Oh gosh, no. I'm not that dumb, Jess. I met him on this new fun game called Tinder. I like to think it's like competitive speed dating. You try and see how fast you can swipe right on all the pictures.
Wait, you just swipe right on everyone? I actually read the bios, and I guess that's just me though, because they're like little stories, and they're the perfect length for when you just don't have the energy to, read books or Facebook statuses or tweets.
Wait, what's a Tinder? And are we just going to ignore the statement that Chaz thinks we only have 4.5 senses?
So basically, there's a picture of this guy, his name, and his age, and if he's near you. Then you can swipe left if you think he's a creepy pedophile, or you swipe right if you think he's basically a Ryan Gosling. And then if he swipes right on you too, it basically opens up into a chat room.
And honestly, who really counts touching as a sense? I guess it's more like 3.5 senses. But, I make up for it with this other sense I have. I call it the tender sense. And basically, I can tell who the weirdos are right away. They usually have a picture of a car as their profile picture. What are they, like a transformer? Because, the transformers I've dated, they're usually pretty weird.
My bio says I like puppies, which is true, because, who doesn't like puppies?
Okay, what happened to good old-fashioned dating, knocking on a door with flowers, or even MySpace? Tinder sounds so creepy.
Well, calm down. It's not that creepy. I met this guy named James, right? He was in my chemistry class, and then before I knew it, he knew my entire class schedule. He knew when I was and wasn't in my room. He knew when I was in the dining hall and who with. And, sometimes it would be like, 3 in the morning, and I'd be fast asleep, and he would just creep in through my window just to check in on me. And this other day, I cut my finger on a paper, and I started bleeding all over the place, and he gave me a napkin to soak up the blood. And then he took the napkin home with him. It was so sweet of him.
Okay. Does anyone not see that this is not okay?
That's so romantic. Is that the James with a tattoo of his prison release date on his chest? Or is that the James with a tattoo of his release date from prison on his forehead?
I'm done. I'm losing it. This isn't real. What kind of dating is this? If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go wait outside a door until a boy opens it for me.
Oh, well, more Tinder for us. I wonder if there are any single foreign princes within 2 miles of here.
Hi, I'm Lauren Vogel, and I played Jess in that last segment. Millions of people suffer from being swiped left on Tinder every day. But you can help. For a weekly payment of $19.99 plus shipping and handling, you can donate to the Swipe Right Foundation to make sure every girl gets a chance to date that guy on Tinder whose profile picture has his girlfriend in it. The Swipe Right Foundation. It's the right thing to do.
Well, that does it for this episode of Kendallarious. Coming up next is 3 weeks of static and white noise because you forgot to pay your cable bill. If you're interested in joining LTV, like us on Facebook. If you're interested in leaving LTV, well, I'll let you know when I figure out that one. I'm Serena Sokoloff. Have a manic Monday. If you're interested in joining LTV, like us on Facebook. If you're interested in leaving LTV, well, I'll let you know when I figure